Hey guys, Mike here with Bitcoins. It is July 10th, 2022, and it's time for market update. It's been a while. I've been working on a project first that was really immersive and it took a lot of my attention, coding, putting things together. I'm planning on releasing something very cool very soon, but it took a lot of work and it's gonna take a little bit more work. And also I got sick, as you can hear from my voice. I don't think it's the COVID. My taste buds still work. Fortunately, the chocolate test works. I don't know if that's really exists, but word has it that you lose your sense of taste. I never caught it, so I wouldn't know. But that's what that's what people say when they get the COVID, and I can just taste everything just fine. So it's probably just the summer flu, which I caught up. Which are caught somewhere. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about the market. And it's getting a little bit more interesting. And that's why I want to do a real quick one for you guys. Get you up to speed. So based on what I'm seeing, we're going to stay in cash mode, in cryptanalysis at least, for the following week. However, there's some things that like a weekly system cannot account for. And that's why I'm going to make sure you guys are really on balls. Okay? On the ball. So, if you followed my recent updates a little bit, then you understand how this whole thing works here. We've got these Kalman lines here, Kalman filter, and as you can see, it's been in a downtrend. The system has been short since here. It was actually short earlier, but then it briefly went out, see, and then I got back in. So, here we are short since the 27th, and the system has been quite profitable doing that. Again, for just full disclosure, we didn't actually trade that. So I introduced this a little bit later. I want here. That's when we start watch it, right? Somewhere at that time, if you remember correctly. So, but it kept us from getting back into the game too early, and that was smart. So, be this as it may, this being still short, the question, of course, is when do we get back in? And well, the Kalmans are still crossed the wrong way, meaning the short is below the long one. And what we have here right now, courtesy of this formation here, right? If I want to zoom, well, actually, let me zoom it out a little bit because it shows a little bit more context, right? And it's clearly it's attempting to form a floor here. You see this spike low here and second attempt, retest here, and trying to escape, gets slapped right down, right? The 22,000 mark was too much for it to bear, and now it's been the last 2 days it's been dragged down a little bit more. So, because I was sick in bed here, really bad, shaking and sweating bullets, and I briefly looked at it and like, oh man, what a time to get sick. This is probably gonna take off, and then it didn't. And I'm glad it hasn't. So I would have really regretted not getting you guys an early warning, but because what I'm seeing here, we have these three netline buy levels, and just again, and full sense of it, disclosure here, and just to be crystal clear about it, this system here takes its time. This approach, gravitas, I call it, right? This particular signal here that I've developed and that I've actually made available to all you guys. If you're a subscriber, you have access to this, right? You get a signal alert every day. But you still see it short. Why? Because we need two things. We need these Kalmans to cross, and we need a netline buy level breach, and we haven't gotten that. So that cross needs to happen first, and that'll take more time. So what's going to happen, if it breaches, it'll probably take off a little bit and maybe retest, and then at that time we might get a netline buy level that it then breaches, and then we're going to get the signal. That's how it's going to play out. Let me pause real quick because I got to actually cough. I'm back. It doesn't help. It's freaking 1,000,000 degrees in Spain. We have got all the air conditions and fans running. So, as you can imagine, if you're sick, it's not really feeling that great. So, my point was these netline buy levels here, they might get breached, and I might not officially throw a gravitas signal. Gravitas will inform you if a netline buy level breach happens. It always lets you know in one way or the other. It's in the signal. Actually, I have it somewhere in here, I think. Nope. Oh, yeah, I did. I think I did. Let me check it out. Here it is. See? And it should, Gravitas Bitcoin, there we go. Netline buy level breach. There you go. I haven't even looked at it, but you know, well, I coded it. So these signals you get, and it'll tell you, but it'll not switch into a long mode yet. Because you know, it's more patient. It's a long term. It's a long training system. That's what it does. But I want you guys to know, because some of you guys, you want to get in early, right? You want to get into the game a little bit early, and so that's why I want to make sure that you know that if there's a breach if a breach happens here above, what is this? 22,490 and 54 cents exactly. If it breaches that, there's a good chance it really takes off. It might even push all the way to like, God, 25, 26,000 easily. Very much possible. Really would get its groove on very quickly, right? Because look, it's been coiling up for such a long time, and we've been through the ringer, and I can sense it, you know, I can sense it from most of you guys too. People are really frustrated. It's a long summer, you know, it's hot, at least over here. Here in the US too, by the way. So we're having a hot summer, the tape is not collaborating, it's just all, you know, frustrating. But that's the thing, the bus is empty and it might just take off because it's when people least expect it. And also, remember, it has been coiling up here for a long time. First it did it here, and it tried to escape, and it tried to escape. Looks very similar, see that? Okay, see that? And then it fell back, and it just, what? And a price had to be paid, and that's what had been paid. And do you notice something by now? Did you notice that we had this happening we're in the third round of this now, in this particular leg, right? Third round now. Like we've done this a little bit here. The downtrend was a little bit stronger still. See, it got still dragged down. But it, you know, it looked like it might recover, and then boom, gets slapped down, boom, gets slapped down again, and finally the price is to be paid. And then it finally makes a low. People think the worst might be over. Escape velocity close to, right? There's a netline buy level. Never even got there. Never even got there. Gets slapped down and slices through the netline sell levels. Price has to be paid again, boom. So what do you think is going to happen next time? Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. What's going to happen is either it's going to freaking finally take off. And you can tell by the netlines being so close to each other. All of them. Netline sell levels below. And also the netline buy levels here. So close to each other. It's coiled up to the max. This thing is going to take off one way or the other. Either down, you know, freaking go to 15,000 or something ridiculous. Or it's going to take off to the upside. And when it does it quickly. So if you don't want to wait for a weekly alert, which is what cryptanalysis does, and what also cryptanalysis slide, which does the trend alerts, right? And even with Gravitas, which is a long-term trend signal, right? It's not going to tell you on this particular breach, it's not going to be the long signal for it yet. So if you want to get in early, the breach of the spike high here is what you got to watch out for. That means specifically 22,400 and I think it's 90, it's so small on my screen, and 54 cents. So set your clock to that, set your alert to that, and you know, if it breaches that, if it goes for that, if it can breach it, it's off to the races, I think. Because it's showing momentum, it's trying to escape. It's gonna make it or it's not. So there's only two ways about it. And again, sorry, I have to pause again because I have to cough again, sorry. Really sorry guys, I'm doing my best here. Let's wrap this up. So I think you get the message. And let me show you Ethereum. Ethereum has been trying to do the same, similar situation, very similar actually, see? And it also coiled up, very same situation, and here the threshold is, the high is 1,275 and 51 cents. 51 cents again, like the other one. All right, so there you have it. These are your thresholds for this week, actually. If you early, if you want to get in early, if you like, whatever, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I've been fooled too many times. Hey, I hear you. Totally get where you come from. Totally acceptable. You don't have to try to catch the bottom tick here. Okay? All right, I think that's all my voice has in store for now. And see you guys next time. Cheers.
What are you doing in here? It's over. Go home. Subscribe to the channel. I put the video. Go home.